Hello everyone, and welcome to Pole Position News. In this video, we'll be discussing Lewis Hamilton's very first race with Ferrari. Let's dive into how his weekend unfolded. Ferrari drivers always attract a lot of attention in F1 paddocks around the world. But when Lewis Hamilton joined the Scuderia, it took the excitement in Melbourne to another level during the Australian Grand Prix last weekend. The sight of red Ferrari Tifosi hats competing with papaya orange McLaren supporters, cheering for Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, was a true spectacle as the seven-time world champion prepared for his debut in the red car. Ferrari spared no effort in ensuring Hamilton's welcome to the team, from 3 days of testing in Bahrain to a custom Hamilton logo and welcome message on his steering wheel. It was clear they were putting a lot of thought into every detail. Hamilton's enthusiasm was evident when he spoke to media on Thursday, though he was open about the challenges he would face adapting to a very different car after spending 12 years at Mercedes. "I come with an open mind entering this weekend," he said at the FIA press conference, where he was flanked by Carlos Sainz, the man he is replacing at Ferrari, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who replaces him at Mercedes. "It's all about finding a good rhythm. I'm still getting used to this new car, which is very different from what I've driven throughout my career. The team also works in a completely different way. This is definitely the most exciting period of my life, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to get in the car tomorrow." This learning process continued into Friday's practice sessions in Melbourne. Hamilton had a messy FP1, finishing 6/10 behind teammate Charles Leclerc. However, his fifth-place result in FP2 looked more promising. One of the challenges for the 40-year-old driver was adjusting to the setup changes, as the tools available at Ferrari weren't the same as what he had been used to at Mercedes. It's a process of rebuilding his muscle memory, which doesn't happen overnight, especially given the limited time in free practice. "I'm still getting used to all the setup changes. I don't have them on hand like I used to at Mercedes, where I was there for so long," Hamilton explained. "I'm still working to understand what tools we can use." You can see Charles just knows because he's been here for so long. While Hamilton remained calm and collected, it didn't seem like he expected instant success during his first weekend with Ferrari. He appeared focused but realistic, accepting that adapting to a new team and car would take time. Despite Hamilton's adjustment period, Ferrari still showed competitive pace, with Leclerc topping FP2. Saturday's FP3 session hinted at a competitive qualifying battle, with Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes all in the mix, though still behind the pre-race favorites McLaren. However, in qualifying, both Leclerc and Hamilton faced difficulties in finding extra time after Q1. Hamilton even struggled in Q3, being slower than he had been in Q2, during which he had spun. Meanwhile, other teams were able to make improvements. As a result, Ferrari's drivers qualified in 7th and 8th, behind Yuki Tsunoda's Racing Bull and Alex Albon's Williams, leaving the team puzzled as to why they couldn't match the evolving track conditions and ended up overheating their rear tires. Hamilton's 2/10 gap to Leclerc let him say, "I thought I was further along than I was," but when speaking to the media afterward, he seemed to enjoy his first competitive outing with Ferrari. His eyes lit up when we asked about the support from the Melbourne crowd, which has a large Italian community. The novelty of the experience hadn't worn off for him just yet. "It's been amazing all weekend, the reception, the fan forum, the first paddock club I've been to. Everything's been a first," he said. "And seeing everyone in red, the reception we got on stage with Charles, it's so different from anything I've experienced before." Hamilton also admitted on Saturday that he was still unfamiliar with Ferrari's settings for wet conditions, a statement that hinted at a challenging debut as he struggled to keep the car on track in the rain during the afternoon. He was unable to follow Leclerc past Albon and Tsunoda, and while trying to overtake the Williams, Hamilton's communication with Carlos Sainz's former race engineer, Riccardo Adami, became noticeable on the radio. He politely but firmly asked Adami to leave me to it, please, and avoid repeating instructions too often. Although there were moments of tension, their communication overall seemed to improve as the race went on, with Hamilton acknowledging the transition period in their working relationship. After 12 years with his previous race engineer, Peter Bonington, Hamilton is still building a rapport with Adami. "I think Riccardo did a really good job," Hamilton said. "We're learning about each other, and bit by bit, we'll work through all the comments." Generally, I don't like a lot of information during a race unless I ask for it, but he did his best today. There's a transition period, and trust is something that's built over time. What didn't help was Ferrari misjudging the timing of a rain shower, asking Hamilton and Leclerc to stay out on slick tires, which briefly put Hamilton in the lead. However, as the rain intensified, the decision turned out to be wrong. The Tifosi cheered as they grabbed their rain ponchos, but the gamble didn't pay off for Ferrari. If it had, the team would have looked like heroes. Hamilton's reaction to the situation was measured but pragmatic. They said it was just a short shower, and all of a sudden, more rain came. I think it was just lacking that bit of information at the end. He said, "I've learned a huge amount this weekend. I've got some changes to make for next week, and we'll see how it goes." But today was a crash course in driving a Ferrari in the rain. It didn't go as well as I hoped. Looking ahead, Ferrari has work to do with a car that has potential but needs to unlock more performance, while Hamilton is still working through data to improve himself. The honeymoon period isn't over yet, but it's clear that the fairy tale ending of an 8th world title will have to wait for now. What do you think of Hamilton's debut with Ferrari? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates. I'll see you in the next video.